a super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever the hell else you might be, welcome to From the Ashes Radio on About Face Media. We are so glad that you are here. If you are listening to us on WTF Radio, if you are listening to us on Heroes Media, wherever you're listening to us from, if you're listening to us from New Hampshire, like Heidi Roswell is. Heidi, thank you for all the pictures of your gardens and all your veggies and all the things that you have planted. We sincerely appreciate it. We may, well, let's see. Look, everybody loves your garden, Heidi. That's pretty awesome stuff. We may or may not get my hetero life mate. I'm not sure. I believe he's watchdogging or something like that. I'm not positive. Oh, look who just made it. He comes sliding in, steals first base, steals third base, slides into home. He's shoving in a something in his throat. I'm not sure what it is. He's got his Denver Nuggets shirt on. That's the tamest shirt he's worn all through this season. So I'm not sure where he found that one, but hey, whatever. Welcome to the show. We've got a hell of a show for you tonight. We're going to have memorial musters on. Sounds gay. Count me in. Where I guess that makes up for the Nuggets shirt. I'd ask how it's going, but you're still chewing, so I guess it's going pretty well. What's going on there, Sugar Tits? How's your day? Busy, apparently. You're just updating all the socials and stuff. What you got there? That looks like it's my bumper. You motherfucker. I just can't have nice things, can I?
It's funny when you order.
I'm not allowed to have anything nice.
Very specific stickers just to mess with your buddy. And then he sees them before you get them with him. He's like,
awesome.
Those are freaking great.
I know,
You're
right?
going to have one.
They are.
I'm going to give one to you. I told you I was going to gift you one. You didn't get the joke. I was like, I'll gift you one. And he's like, ooh, on the other 20 Rob questions and just for
Glossed right over.
Right over. It's okay. Hopefully not too many of our other friends are listening right now because I got more than one of them.
Yeah, clearly.
My daughter wanted one. She loves the unicorn.
Well, I was upstairs working my way through security and checking the badges and stuff like that. And dude, that is a gigantic fucking unicorn she's got up there.
Huge,
that thing
bro.
is outstanding.
It's like Rambo size.
It is. That's exactly that's exactly what we were talking about. That thing is massive. I love it. That thing is so cool. Anyway, it's a hell of a show. We have one hell of a next couple of weeks between tonight.
We are going to be busy the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
This week we have on the Memorial Muster Foundation, which I'm excited about.
Yep.
And Allie's going to rip us to shreds, which is going to be super cool.
Why is she going to rip us to shreds?
Because she's Allie, and that's what she does.
What did I do wrong this time?
We don't have to necessarily do something wrong for Allie to rip us to shreds.
Did I do something right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to put
Just
that sticker in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. Dustin goes, I just
finished painting that.
painted that. That's why it's the best spot. No, I didn't put it where he just painted. I didn't want to like
he sends
have
me
some like weird like goopy thing and it not go because the paint then fall off.
So he sends me the picture today. And I'm like, dude, that is beautiful. That's perfect. I can't wait to put it on.
I was there like 10 minutes later.
I know. You had to have been. I was so excited. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. I can't wait to put it on my truck. That's going to be awesome.
You told me.
Yeah. And then, of course. And then you just showed me that. And I'm like, oh,
you're not allowed to have nice friends. You're not allowed to have friends in.
I know, right?
No
Folks, check it out. Tell all your friends.
And their cousins.
Yeah, and your cousins. And whoever. And their cousins too.
Okay.
Next week is Labor Day. September 1st, very, very special show. There will be no segments. There will be no nothing. There will be no Combat Carl. There will be no Allie. Next week, we have a very special guest lined up. We are going to talk with retired Chief Warrant Officer Michael Durant on this show. Everybody's looking at why the fuck do I know that name? Why does that
Why
name sound
familiar?
so
I did the
familiar?
same thing. So
Exactly.
Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad, folks.
Don't
Not
feel
many
bad.
people.
You're like, that sounds familiar.
October 13th of 1993.
That sounds familiar.
That also sounds familiar.
That really quickly. That's not one of those. It sounds familiar. I don't know what it is. I know exactly what that is.
You remember the movie Black Hawk Down? Michael Durant is the guy that was taken prisoner by the Somalis. He will be on this show next week. We are also going to have a TV news crew here in the studio filming us. It's going to be a hell of a show next week. It's going to be all kinds of fucked up. But yeah, it's going to be a very serious show next week. So yeah, tell all your friends, tell everybody you know.
Who's doing makeup, by the way? You got that worked out, right? Because you need some.
My daughter, your daughter,
Bro. I was about to make.
She's gonna do
I
Joe's.
was about to make a joke how you were gonna come on looking like a clown, and you're like, and the 15-year-old or 15-month-old's gonna get you. And I'm
Yes.
like, oh wait, we're both gonna be like,
You found him. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Mike Durant is going to be on the show next week. It is going to be very
well.
cool.
I think some other people found him first, but
it's going to be somebody. He's no shit, man. So yeah, tell everybody you know. Mike Durant is going to be on our show next week. It's going to be one fucking hell of a show. We're going to give him the full hour so we can get the whole story. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a show. I'm pretty excited about it. That's going to be that is peak for this show right here. So we'll see how it goes. I mean,
peak male form.
Yeah, let's be clear. Memorial Muster Foundation, you can't get bigger than that. That's going to be a hell of an interview. I'm really looking forward to talking to Nate in just a few minutes here, but closely followed by Mike Durant hitting the big leagues. Thank you, Mike King. Kind of excited about it. Did you see Mike King? Did you see some of the pictures from the women's ride from Michael from the MRP ride this past week? MRP
women's ride. Is that what did they do a women's ride?
They did.
How many?
I think it was 8 veterans on the ride this week. Fucking awesome, man. I'm very excited about the direction that Motorcycle Relief Project is going. They're doing really good shit. Really, really good shit.
I heard they're going to switch to Harleys.
You can fuck right off.
They're going to get rid of those.
You can fuck right off. That ain't happening.
I tried to correct something offensive and something worse came into my head. And then I tried to fix that. It just,
that's awesome. You had like 6 thoughts
and none of them worked. I just sat here for a minute. I didn't have a good funny. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'm going to not get canceled tonight.
You're not a good person. You know that? I like you.
I'm going to get canceled next week.
Dude, speaking of not good people, we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. That dude Shrek, that Green Beret guy that's on all the podcasts and whatnot, fucking I don't know what his real name is. You know who I'm talking about? That guy Shrek. Yeah, he's getting fucking tore up right now for not being a good person and like alleged, like just not being a good guy. Apparently, are you hearing some of this stuff, Joe? So apparently, like, got his Green Beret, his tab taken away, his Green Beret taken away. Not retired as a sergeant major, actually retired as a master sergeant, blah, 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 for just being a bad person and whatnot. Are you hearing some of this shit?
Wait. Did you maybe send me an article like a week or so when this first started and I glanced?
So people are all tore up because apparently this guy is like not the nicest person on the planet.
Okay. Neither am I.
Fuck did you people think you were getting? This dude like went forth for your country, killed every motherfucker standing in front of him, and you're surprised he's not a good guy? What the
Shrek?
Huh?
They call him Shrek.
And they call him Shrek.
I mean, Shrek's not nice.
Yeah. What the fuck did you think you were getting?
I mean, Shrek was nice. It was nice after Fiona.
Well, yeah, he got laid and life was good. Exactly. Yeah. He retired from
being a job a day keeps the killing away.
We keep saying this. But they're tearing this dude apart now because they're like, oh, he may have not been the best guy. He drinks too much and he's mean and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what did you think you were getting? Do you want choir boys going forth and killing all the terrorists? That's not how that works. What the fuck did you think was going to happen, man? Do you think all the guys that are Delta operators and guys that go forth and put bullets in the terrorists' heads are nice guys? That is not how that works.
It's not.
And I doubt they care.
Yeah, and they don't give a fuck
here's
what
the
your
thing.
opinion of them is.
This is super cliche, and there's always like little memes and things about it, but there's something to be said about an old man in a profession in which young men fucking die.
Yep.
Okay, and there's large amounts of killing that is in between that time of not dying.
Yep.
Okay, so things change. There's fucking darknesses that go inside of you. There's emotions that get turned off, and then there's wildness that happens through that. You're not the same as before.
And what were you before? I mean, it takes a different person to make it through all those tests.
Yeah, to make it through like the 8. Like, yeah, you can go to basic and go be a cook. I mean, to like once you hit the military, those people that go to those upper echelons don't sign up for it. You don't like sign up and be like, I want to be a Delta Force SEAL ninja, and they just like put that in your contract, and that's what you become. They train you to become that. You show up and you keep going to these extra selections to be extra killy. Yeah, and then you go killy more, and you get better at the killy. Like
all the people that are in the CIA and the FBI and all these organizations that go forth and do the things that you don't know about for your nation. These are people that have these certain moral ambiguities that are quite comfortable.
That was a good word.
Moral ambiguities. Yeah. So don't be surprised when it comes out that these people
Rob is working on his master's this year.
We were just talking about this before. Yeah. I don't understand why people are surprised.
GPT in my ear.
Yeah.
Telling me big words. Fucking
it's the
guy.
Biggest word I've used in a long time. Nathan Einhorn. What's up, man? How's it going? Hey, thank you so much for your support, Nathan. I'm not going to even fucking attempt your last name tonight because I love you so much. Thank you for your support of Veteran Cigar Night, man. Could not have happened without you.
You know how fucking great his support was? I heard about it without being there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a fucking great night. It was an excellent night, and it would not have happened without him.
Because Nathan's been fucking inner circle before he even came to the academy.
Yep.
But I love that circle that we have of all these dudes just magically happen to be at other things that we're at, magically making things happen.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fucking awesome. So Nathan, thank you.
Huge
Appreciate
supporter.
it from everybody that was involved in that. I swear I'm going to take it. I'm going to figure out a Thursday night coming up. Isn't there? I think I'm going to try to hit the September one.
Yeah, like I forget the date on September, but yeah,
it's like the 11th.
Something like that. Oh yeah, you're right. Exactly right.
Shit, it's almost like Seth knows more than you do about your cigar place. Non-cigar cigar guy.
I tried to save you a bunch of cigars, but everybody kept grabbing them, and I managed to hang on to a good one for you. Did you try it, by the way, or not yet?
No, I wanted to do it when I was camping, but just never. I never had a moment where I wasn't like things. You know,
were doing. I mean, hey,
did you like my sound effects? They sounded kind of cool in the mic. I hope they came through. How they came through in my ear, I hope they sound like on the recording. It was pretty cool. I need to practice that.
Look at Joe's face right now. That's so
I don't
awesome.
look at him sometimes. He's always in my shit, bro. He mutes me. He doesn't like my jokes.
That's why we brought him on, because he's so good at what he does.
And I was the one that told him to be the most dictator. I was like, look, bro, you got to rein this shit in a little bit.
That man behind the keyboard
I get
is
real bad.
Far and away one of the best decisions we've made. Are you able to bring up that picture?
Call back Carl.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, are you able to bring that motherfucker up before we bring on the Memorial Muster Foundation?
Carl. I'm so excited about this. Now listen, here's the stop before I'm considering there's 2 tanks with the tips about to touch. I kind of assumed this was a Navy re-enlistment, but I guess.
Look at that.
I guess
that is so perfect.
Our own guys decided to make their tips touch.
That is so fucking beautiful. That is fucking
I love
perfect.
how this pops up a week or two after
we talked about it.
How shit. We have crazy. Did you spill in my?
Nope. I'm breaking my chair. Oh shit! The lifeguard chair is breaking. Oh god!
It's brand new.
It is. It's like 2 weeks old. Shh! Don't break it.
I'm not gonna break it.
I'm just a little taller.
I have to bring my big friends over to break chairs. I'm not the big friend. I'm the little friend.
This picture is so good. That is a fucking. How much?
We were talking about all the different crazy reenlistments.
Yep.
Here's two outstandingly creative mechanized soldiers, obviously, because they got tanks around.
That's clearly
and they
lieutenant
wanted
and
to
an E4.
reenlist. Yeah, and they probably drink together on Friday nights.
Yep.
Those damn fraternizing tip touchers. So they wanted their tanks to go, barrel to barrel, and then get duct tape to them and swear back into the same shenanigans that are clearly represented in this picture.
I promise to support and defend the Constitution of the United States with their.
And for as long as this tape is willing to hold.
Yeah, exactly. As long as this 100-mile-an-hour tape with 90-mile-an-hour tape will. How many rolls of fucking duct tape is that right there?
No, I don't think that many. Also, though, now let's think about this. How did they actually do that?
What do you mean? Which part? I mean,
well, because he can't hold himself, he's facing down.
Yeah.
Oh, you're picturing it now. See, the producer, you took a second. How many guys were shoulder pressing him? While they were duct taping,
a platoon,
like pissed. Like, you dumb shit. This is. We could have been off work.
Yeah,
we had, dude. They had 1,300 payday activities.
Yes, they did.
They got done with the formation, and homeboy, fucking special lips, Dingleberry, wants to get re-enlisted, and they're duct taping him to a damn barrel. Do you think they left him there?
Yes, they did. And the supply sergent is pissed that he had to give up 2 fucking rolls of tape.
By the way, I wouldn't have left the Joe. I would have left the lieutenant. Okay.
That lieutenant is still there to this day. He's wearing captain's rank now because all he did was throw his hat to him.
I've seen some people taped up before. I've seen a lieutenant taped up with not a lot of clothing.
His wife occasionally throws a sandwich up to him. That is the best fucking reenlistment picture I've seen in a long time. That is outstanding right there.
I don't know if I can think of one that's better or more
Army. That's pretty fucking good right there.
Limp wristed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's good shit right there. All right, let's bring him on. Let's bring on Nate with the Memorial Muster Fountain. Nate, what's up, motherfucker? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Man, I'm better than I deserve. How's your day so far?
It's been pretty good. Very busy, but not bad.
If you come recommended to us from Jen from Freedom Balls, we've got to have you on the show, man. How do you know Freedom Balls?
She's my sister.
That's your sister?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up with someone that now runs a company named Freedom Balls? We need all the details, bro, because we adore her. She says, "What's up, nerd?"
That is like her endearing nickname for me. It's just nerd. That she's always called me that.
Who's older? Who's younger?
She's definitely older. Yeah,
like significantly older. Like it's
15
visually. Years. Yeah. You can tell. Yeah, like the Roots show.
Oh man, she's not gonna be happy with me after this.
Oh god, I love this show. Oh my god, I love it, dude. That is so awesome. So, well, we'll come back to her in just a few minutes. But anyway, let's start at the beginning. So, let's start at the beginning. Tell us about your military service. What branch of service were you?
I was Marine Corps. I was a corporal in the military police. I did the field side and I did the PMO, like base garrison side. I preferred the field side more for sure, just because it was more fun. We got to shoot more machine guns and do Humvee ops and riot control stuff. So that was definitely more my jam. I hated the PMO side. It was miserable.
Joe, what is he saying?
He loved guarding the bases overseas.
Oh,
shit here in the States sucked. It was boring.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So our producer is a Marine, so we use him to translate when Marines speak.
Dude, I'm blown away that he's kind of pretty for being like a Navy Section 8 guy. I was assuming, taking it as a compliment, you were going to say Air Force. They look better. They look cleaner, more civilized.
He strung
you know,
together a full sentence.
Does not look. Yes, there's no crayons.
That is something I get all the time. People are like, "Oh, what branch were you?" Let me guess, Air Force. And I'm like,
No.
I could have said Navy. I said
yeah. At
Section
least I
8
didn't
Navy.
say Navy.
The
Yeah.
men's department.
So, how long have you been out for?
Oh, 6 years now. Yeah.
Congrats, man. Congrats. How you spending your life now?
Well, I've been in school forever on the GI Bill, classic Marine. Takes 6 years to get a 4-year degree.
Fuck yeah.
But
That's what I like to hear.
I have a BA in history, and I'm going
Hell
for
yeah.
I'm going for a BS in accounting. Just using up the rest of my GI Bill. So
Clearly, there's a love-hate relationship here. I hope your mom is listening to the show right now. Dude. Wait. Are you in her basement?
No, definitely not. I think I would kill myself if I was in my mother's basement.
Dude, you can't say that shit on this show of all shows. This is not the one that you can make comments like that on. Well, I guess you can. You're good. All right, whatever. Fuck it. You're good, man. Anyway, congrats on getting that, on working on your history degree. That's fucking awesome. And I'm glad to hear that. We love hearing veterans using their benefits. That's good shit right there, man. So tell us about the Memorial Muster Foundation. Where does this come from? What are you doing with this? Where does this come from? First of all, it's fucking super cool, but where does this all come from?
Right. So buckle up. It's a story. So at USM, another benefit that I'm utilizing is the VA work study. So it's a work study through the VA. And I work for Veteran Services on campus. And their building is housed in a residential building on like the outskirts of campus. They used to be frat buildings. And USM got rid of the fraternities and the Greek life. So they're like, well, we have to repurpose these houses. So they put us over there because we were growing out of our spaces in the more traditional, office settings on the campus proper. So they gave us a whole building. And these buildings were built in like the 1920s. And someone one day was like, oh, wow. They were looking through the tax documents, and there was a World War I veteran that lived there. His name was Edwin Clarity. I'll never forget that name. No matter how many biographies I read, I'll never forget this guy. He was a peacetime veteran in World War I. He was on the home front, and he basically processed dudes to go to the war, and he processed them when they came back. Short story long, we ended up dedicating the house to his name, and we have a plaque in the house with a picture of him and like a biography of his life. He was an accountant at like a railroad company up here in Maine. And then the same day that we dedicated the house, someone from the university said, oh, yeah, this is great. Love that you guys are doing this event. We're moving you 4 houses down in about a year. So I was like, great. Now I have to research another house. But it turned out I researched every house that USM, the University of Southern Maine, owns. And they were all owned by veterans at one point or another. So I researched that, I found all of these veterans, and I reached out to the families, and I was like, hey, I found one of them. He was a World War II vet. He was a Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant. He was buried in an unmarked grave. And so I reached out to the cemetery, and I was like, hey, why is this guy in an unmarked grave? And they're like, I don't know. And I did more research. His wife had put in an application for a VA headstone, but the stone never came. So I worked with the Maine Bureau of Veteran Services, and we were able to get that guy a headstone after 70 years. So we do stuff like that. And then for that same guy and countless other veterans, I've written and am in the process of writing biographies of veterans who lived just crazy lives. Like I'm researching this one guy right now that he's kind of like my current rabbit hole. He served in the 339th Infantry Regiment, which was in World War I, but they served in northern Russia. Nobody ever thinks about this, but we were fighting the Bolsheviks, like the communists. We were actively fighting the communists in World War I, but nobody ever talks about that. So I just like to kind of bring attention to these veterans that saw really incredible, amazing things in and out of service, and then just kind of bring them back to life. Like, a lot of these people haven't even been thought about for 50 to 100 years. And I just love kind of bringing them to life and being like, here are their accomplishments and why we should remember them and why they should be like, you know, from a citizen's perspective, the type of people that we should be emulating. You know what I mean?
Yes, we very much do. We end every show on this episode with a segment called Never Forgotten. And you're doing what we are trying to do here. You're doing a fucking great job. That's amazing. I had no idea. So I have two questions about it. Yeah, no shit, Michael King.
Yeah.
It's exactly on an honorable mission. These are exactly the stories that need to be told. You're doing it, dude. So I have two things for you. One, we have a show on this channel here. What the hell's the name of Marty's show? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank here. You know what
Dude,
I'm
every time you ask me that, I
know.
almost say my other buddy's show that does a similar but completely different thing.
I know,
So
right?
I always want to say Heart of a Volunteer, and it's not.
It's fuck, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Salute.
Anyway, yeah, you're close. We have a show on this channel. Our buddy Marty runs it. He's got a couple of shows
That
actually.
is terrible.
I know
It's on our
not
channel,
good
and I'm
at
like,
this.
why do I do this?
But Marty does a show, and all he talks about is these stories that are
Yep.
forgotten. We need to connect you with Marty. After this show, I'm going to connect you with Marty. You guys need to connect. He does great shit. He's on the same page that you are on. Second question. Have you ever heard of a guy called the Fat Electrician?
No, I haven't.
He's same as you. He has a history background. This is all he does. I'm going to turn you
I
on
love
to the
how
Fat
he just said you're the same as the fat electrician.
But he has a
I hope you read
podcast,
that
and
well.
that's all exactly. And that's all he does is why it's why we can't have a Toyota Hilux in the United States, because it's a diesel engine and blah blah blah. It's all about how fucking chicken breasts are why we can't have a Toyota Hilux. Long story short, we'll talk later. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. It's cool shit. So now you've established a 501c3, right? You're a nonprofit that's doing this. This is so fucking cool. I'm so glad we got you on the air. This is super cool. How many people are in your organization? It's just you, isn't it? It's you and your cat, isn't it?
It's me and my dog. Thank you very much. Yeah, but yeah, it's just me. I do this. Honestly, this is what I do on my weekends. I'll spend hours, sometimes even on weekdays. I'll just sit down and I'll start researching, and I look and I'm like, oh, it's 30 minutes past my bedtime, and it's a passion project. You know, I expect to never make money off of it. I just do it because I love it, and I hope to find people that I want to see this go in the direction of being like a Wikipedia of like biographies. People can take it on and like, because then it can scale up. You know, there's basically infinite scaling. Because I can't write, you know, millions and millions of biographies, but having people that know what they're talking about, you know, helping join in on the mission would be awesome.
Dude, you've
I kinda
opened a
like
can.
that. That's super cool.
You've opened
That
a
just like
huge
turned
can.
in my head a little bit. I like it.
Well, because we have these conversations constantly, pardon me, about how, you know, Hollywood is completely missing the boat on some of these amazing opportunities for these great stories to be told. Like,
They
yeah,
do some.
you'd never fucking know that Americans were fighting the Bolsheviks in Russia.
No.
Nobody knows that shit.
But also, how many Americans wouldn't even known about Somalia
Exactly.
if it wasn't for Black Hawk Down?
Exactly.
How many Americans wouldn't have known about Chris Kyle if it wasn't for? How many people wouldn't have known about Lone Survivor and Marcus Luttrell if it wasn't for Lone Survivor?
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like,
your mission is important.
it's super cool. There should be more of them. I love this.
This
There's tons of stories out there that are just as cool.
Exactly. Don't
I've got
stop.
I've got one teed up of a Marine in World
Come
War
on.
One. Well, so World War One's my passion. My history degree basically started and ended with World War One. So it's like it is my passion. It is what fuels this fire. But there was this one guy. He was from Maine. I researched quite a few from Maine. He was a Marine, and he just to enlist from Maine as a Marine in World War One. There was like 40 of them, and like 2/3 of them died in the war of either the flu or they were.
There
blown
was
to
only
smithereens by
53
shells.
people in Maine,
I
bro.
said there's only 40 people
Yeah.
in Maine, or there's only 40
were
people
only-
that.
No, there were only 40 Marines that enlisted from Maine, like that, and 2/3 of them died. And this guy, like, he was in no man's land, and he basically got shrapnel to the leg. He was in like a shell crater, and this guy comes along, and he was an American, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get someone. We'll get a stretcher for you." And the guy leaves, and 2 days later, he's like, "I don't think he's coming back." And then some other guy comes along and he like comes down in the shell hole and he like drags him up into a bush into cover. And then that guy's like, all right, well, I would rather get shot by the Germans than starve or die of thirst. So I'm going to head out. And that guy left him. And then these two Germans are on a patrol and all he has is his sidearm left. And when they get close enough, he kills both of them. And then he gets taken as a POW on the next German advance. And he's in a German POW camp for like 6 months. And he's like, yeah, it was great. The British were there and they took care of me and the Germans were all right. And I'm like,
What?
this story was just in a newspaper. Like it was just in there just for anyone to read. And I'm like, and nobody, like, this is an amazing story.
What
How
a
does nobody hear this type of
freaking
stuff?
book that would make? What a kick-ass movie that would make.
Please tell me you're writing this
Fuck,
book.
that should be a Broadway play.
It's funny you're
All
saying
of the
that.
above.
I am writing like it's like a fiction. It's fiction, but it's loosely based on his experiences. It's kind of filling in the gaps of his story and like
Every
kind
one of our radio shows is exactly like that. So keep talking.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. But yeah, like I don't know. It's just it keeps me going and. Like for me, World War I is my passion war, and I'm sure that there are other people who maybe like the Korean War, and I know there are definitely lots of people out there that like World War II, or even the smaller conflicts like Somalia. The modern stuff's not really my jam because I'm an introvert. I don't like people, so I like the wars where everyone's kind of moved on, and like I just deal with the archives, you know.
Well, those are the stories that need to be told. People are. You know, you see the people on like those stupid people walking down the street on like the late night TV shows and whatnot. And people can't even fucking tell you, you know, how many states there are in our nation and shit like that. So these are the stories that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Do you? Because it fucking drives me bananas.
Oh, I can't help but laugh.
I mean, these are the stories that need to be told, man. I mean, these are important stories that cannot be forgotten, and they are being forgotten if not for people like you. So you are a 501c3. How can people support this? Can people make donations? What can people do to support what you're doing?
Yeah, you can definitely make donations on the website. There is, it's just memorialmuster.org. And at the very top, there's a donate link that takes you to this website. It's called Zephy. We have an account there. They're reputable and they're also a nonprofit that supports nonprofits. They basically give us the money 100%. There's no fee associated with to us. So whatever money you give us, it all goes to us. So it's super, they're very good about that. Yeah, and I mean, I unfortunately some of the things, like for example, if you want to get a grave for somebody, it's like $400 a pop. And archival, if you are getting something from the National Archives, like their personal their OMPFs from the National Archives, that's like $70 a pop for each veteran.
Why?
Unfortunately, a lot of like Army guys, which a lot of the guys in World War I were Army guys, their files are actually destroyed permanently. In 1973, they all burned. Not all of them, but like 80% of them. So
I mean,
we kind of have to stitch together their stories from like newspapers, and families are huge. I've interviewed probably 2 or 3 families at this point, and they're always super happy to help. With one exception, one woman actually really tore my ass up.
Why?
She was oh boy. So it's the guy that I got the grave for. The son was all about it. He's like, I love this. I'm going to be buried in the same plot. I want to get dad his grave. I'm like, great, we'll make that happen. I knew that he had a daughter, and I knew she was still alive. And I knew that the son was talking to her, but I never heard anything from her. So I was like, okay, maybe she doesn't want to be a part of this. She wants her privacy. So I put the son in the biography.
Mm-hmm.
And I vaguely mentioned that he had a daughter and left it at that. 4 hours after publishing the biography, I get the nastiest email I think I've ever gotten. It was just like, all it said was, and I have no idea who this person was. She just said, last I remembered, he had a daughter named Gail, and it just had like a million exclamation marks after it. And I was like, oh boy. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm so happy you reached out. If you could send me a picture and like a biography of yourself, I'd love to put you in it. And she's just like, clearly I'm not wanted in this project. And I was like, whoa. I was like, all right. I was like, I wanted to reach out to you, but I didn't I knew you, and it was just there was no winning in that situation. I think even if I had put her in, she would have been upset.
Mhm.
So it was like, and I've
No,
talked to other, historians that do similar things, and they're like, "That's the worst one I've heard. So if you can handle that, you'll be all right." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let's do the
some
trial by fire at the beginning."
Also,
I guess.
you're looking for fucking heroes and their hero of battle story. You're not looking for the child molester doing 16 life sentences, serial murder, X, Y, and Z, how he grew up, where some people are like, dude, I don't want to remember growing up with, whoever it might be.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would
have run
imagine
into that.
99.9% of people are going to be like, hell yeah, I want to like bring light to this. And I absolutely want to tell more stories. I want to give more information, let people get to know them more. I would imagine that's most of what you'd run into.
Yeah, I did find one guy who was a Spanish American war vet, and in the newspaper articles, he tried to kill his wife and then he killed himself. He didn't kill the wife, but he was successful at killing himself. And I'm like, how do you convey that? I mean, the other part is like telling the veteran's story through their stories, and that is unfortunately a part of the veteran's story as a collective. So it's like
Unfortunately,
how do you tell that story respectfully, without passing any kind of judgment on it, but being like, this is something that we need to be aware of. And I mean, this was like 110 years ago, so I don't think anybody's going to get upset about that story being told. But like, in more modern examples, how do you tell that story respectfully? That's kind of a question I'm grappling with, and I'm kind of avoiding that one for now. Telling the feel good stories until
Look, I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show. I mean, what we were talking about was, the modern veteran, and like the people that we send forward to kill terrorists are not always the best people. And yeah, like you're talking about, like PTSD was a thing in World War I, World War II, Korea, Spanish American War. It was a thing, but we didn't know how to deal with it. And our grandfathers, I mean, I don't know if you come from a military background family, it was a thing, PTSD and all that. And they just went back. They came back to from war, and they just went right back to work, and they just drank themselves to death.
Literally.
So yeah, they didn't deal with PTSD back then. So hopefully our generation is doing a better job by way of, we're reaching out to our
yoga, Birkenstocks, and stuff.
Fucking stupid looking green pants and shit. Yeah, exactly. We're trying to
I've
do
been
fucking better
about those.
They're comfy as shit, bro.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah,
but yeah. Hopefully, our generation and your generation is doing a fucking better job. I hope so. And
I think so. And it's a really pertinent conversation. And I don't think Jen knows this because it's the other side of the family. We're half siblings, so that's my dad's side. We don't.
I wouldn't claim Oliver either, man.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, my great grandfather was a World War II veteran. He committed suicide in 1965, I think it was. And like my dad never got to know his grandfather because he committed suicide because of an injury he had in the war. He wasn't on the war front, like he wasn't in the shit, but he got an injury working on I think it was ships, or it was planes, because he was Army Air Corps, and the back pain just crippled him for life, and he became a pill addict and an alcoholic, and he had just had enough. So it's like a very real thing,
I really hope our generation is doing a better job, and I think we are. So it's because of guys like you. So keep it up, man. Yeah. Hey, check it out. So this is the part of the interview where I turn you over to my hetero life mate over here. I really appreciate your time. Hey, check this out. I think you're doing a really good thing. I think I'm going to start reaching out to you on Monday nights for our Never Forgotten and get a name from you for our Never Forgotten, because I think what you're doing is very important. And I think we can develop a little bit of a partnership here. I think that a good thing can come from this. I will hit you up after the show, and I think some good things can come from this. I'm going to turn you over to my hetero life mate over here. He's going to give you the outgoing instructions. He's all yours.
Nate, thanks for being on the show, brother. Last couple of minutes of the show, we give it to you. You got about 2 minutes. If there's anything we glossed over, anything that you thought of ahead of time you want to talk about, remind us of your handles, information about your .org, et cetera, et cetera. We try not to interrupt, but you never know. Time is yours. Go.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I pretty much got it all.
Guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, he is a Marine.
He is.
Look, I'm usually in bed by now, so like I'm an 80-year-old man at heart. No, but if anyone, I guess one thing that I do want to say is if there's anyone that wants to kind of contribute in some way, and especially if you have a family member that was from like a bygone era, like especially World War I, that's my specialty, but I do World War II and Vietnam veterans as well. But if you have anyone that you think deserves a biography and you kind of want me to dig into it more and like kind of write a biography, definitely go check out our website. Again, that's memorialmuster.org. Super easy. And if you want to donate, that would be greatly appreciated. But check out the biographies there. They're there for you to view. As an example, if you have someone in mind, there's also a contact form on the website. It just says contact us. It'll take you to a Google form. You can submit pictures, names, whatever, anything that might be helpful in the research. If you do someone, give me their name, date of birth, and place of birth, and I can usually find most of what I need. Yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate your time, gentlemen.
No, we appreciate yours, Nate.
Yeah,
You're the one coming to our show. We already have to be here.
Yeah,
Well,
we were going to
appreciate
be
you
here
asking
regardless.
me. I mean,
If we don't,
it's
Joe puts us in the
super nice
corner
of you
with the
guys.
weird hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Nate Twombley with Memorial Muster Foundation. Absolutely no relation whatsoever to Jen from Freedom Balls, who we will have back again come Christmas time. Nate, I can't thank you enough for coming on From the Ashes on About Face Media. Really, what you're doing is a very important mission. Do not stop. And obviously our listeners love what you're doing. Go throw all of your extra money at him. He needs it. And his mission is very pure. We really, really like it. And I'm going to have to agree with her on this one.
Nerd Nate.
You're a fucking nerd, bro. And yeah, I would wear that name proudly.
I know what I am.
Nate, thanks a lot for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Monday night. Get some sleep. And have a great rest of your Monday night, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. Dude, that shit's fucking awesome.
I like it.
I do too. That is super fucking cool. That is an excellent thing. I think some good shit can come from that with the whole Never Forgotten thing. That can be kind of a cool partnership.
It would be. I mean, sometimes we have ours that we just know are on certain dates we like to hit sometimes or things pop up, but
rest of the time.
And we also know we'll be getting quality information.
Exactly.
That is pertinent to what we need and want.
Exactly.
Probably.
I agree.
I'm speaking for what he's gonna. I'm telling us ahead of time what he's gonna give us before he's agreed to shit.
But I'm not seeing Aloysius in the green room. Are you seeing her in there? No Allie tonight, huh? Huh. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, whatever. No big deal. That's fine. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us right now, I don't know what platform you're hearing us on. That's okay. We've got a lot of really good people that make what we're doing right now possible. People like thigh huggers.
Like not us.
Not us. No. I said good people. I'm talking about like thigh huggers. Go to thigh huggers. It's not just super awesome shorts. So this weekend I go to Gunnison and I'm in a fly fishing competition. Yes. I walk in.
Did you win?
No.
Have you ever won?
No.
Have you ever came in dead last?
No, that's a good thing. Okay. No, I have not.
Okay, I'm done then.
Yeah, well, you've seen me at jiu-jitsu competitions, so you know I don't come in last, but I don't always come in first. Stop rolling your eyes, fuckhead.
I'm not rolling. I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm accessing files through the flippy cards in my brain.
Sad. Not quite as sad.
That's not what I was thinking.
But I was wearing a pair of my dinosaur thigh huggers, and I walk in, and the guy I was fishing with goes, "Are you gonna wear those all day?" Well, I wasn't, but I am now. So thanks. So thigh huggers were very popular in the fishing community.
That is hilarious.
You can own those thigh huggers by going to thighhuggers.com and using the code ONESHOT, all caps.
And you get 30% off. And not 10, not 15, not 20. That's stupid. Oh, sign up for our emails so we can harass you. No, 30% put in my code. That's all it. One shot. You're done.
And we get 15% of that. That's what keeps this light on right now.
Did you know that if you wear thigh huggers at Jellystone Park, you get an extra sticker from Yogi Bear.
So you wore yours this weekend as well.
I wore mine this weekend too.
That is so fucking awesome. I love everything I'm hearing.
Oh, the best part is I was actually not wearing thigh huggers for a moment at the pool. And not until today was the wife like, hey, by the way, you know when you and Professor Fish were sitting next to each other? She's like, you can, like, there were things just out. And I was like, hey, you could have told me. And she's like,
No, I was enjoying the view.
Joe was there. Like it's his job. That was literally the response. So, folks, we're thigh huggers. Things don't fall out of thigh huggers. They can, I don't care if you get extra, extra small. I've tried it out. Things don't fall out. But other brands, things can fall out.
That's the point. Always buy 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
It's the idea.
It keeps it, in place.
And I say it all the time. We wear them for the ladies in our lives, not for ourselves.
They love them.
After you've got your thigh huggers on, you need to top it off with a pair of combat flip-flops. So
Absolutely.
go to combatflipflops.com. Again, not just flip-flops, all kinds of cool shit.
Daggers shoot out.
Super cool flippity floppities. I've got like a dozen pair. My favorite pair are my Blue Falcons. Enter the code ABOUTFACE, all caps. You're going to get an additional 30% off your order. We get 15% off. That's what keeps Joe employed. The headphones that he's wearing right now, you can thank Combat Flip Flops for those. Yeah, excellent flip flops. Great company. Their mission is very, very pure. The whole point, they started by their organization. They originally, Combat Flip Flops were made in Afghanistan, made by women in Afghanistan, and those flip-flops, when you purchase them, they funded girls' schools in Afghanistan. They were teaching girls to read before the Taliban took over. Now they're made in Colombia, I believe it is, since the Taliban took back over. Fuck those guys. But yeah, their mission is
obviously,
pure.
fuck those guys, but also, it's not a political show.
Yeah, it's not a political show, but yeah, you're exactly
fuck
right.
the mess we just fucking
Fuck those guys. We'll leave it at that.
Puking left.
But we're going to get things wrapped up pretty soon here in a hot second. If you want to punch out, I'm going to go ahead and knock out Never Forgotten. We'll call it a night.
Holy
and
crap.
we will do our thing.
We'll see how dead the leg is by the time I get up, see if I fall over.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to that part of the show that everybody hates. We're going to call it the Never Forgotten part. I'm going to bring it up here. Joe, if you want to, I'm pretty sure I sent that to you. Let's go right here. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the show sucks. It's called the Never Forgotten part. Damn, I need to start bringing my fucking glasses. It's pretty small. Holy shit. Let's do this. Let's rotate.
Yeah, it's the glasses.
Yeah. Fuck you too, dude. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we finish off every show with, damn, that dude is fucking handsome. Look at that guy's eyes. Holy shit.
They're popping.
That dude was a,
paratrooper.
well, of course. That's why he's so fucking handsome. The beret is what does it. Man, that dude is a loss to our nation and to fucking women everywhere. Specialist Christopher Michael Harris died August 2nd, 2017, serving during Operation Freedom Sentinel. Age 25 of Jackson Springs, North Carolina, died August 2nd as a result of injuries sustained when a vehicle-borne IED detonated near their convoy. The incident is under investigation. He was assigned to 2nd Battalion, 504th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne, Fort Bragg. An Indiana soldier was just 32 days into his first deployment, was one of 2 American service members killed in a suicide bombing attack in Afghanistan, his father said on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, when you say your prayers tonight with your family before bed, please remember Specialist Christopher Michael Harris, and not just Specialist Harris, but also remember that his family is no longer has him with them. And please keep them in your thoughts and prayers tonight when you drop to your knees and put your hands together. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a hell of a show tonight. I can't thank Nate with the Memorial Muster Foundation enough. I can't thank Jen with Freedom Balls for bringing him to our attention, because these are the organizations we wouldn't know about. If you know of organizations like this that need our attention, please bring them to our attention so we can highlight them. Yeah, you've been listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. Let your friends know next week is going to be a very, very special show. We are going to have retired Chief Warrant Officer Michael Durant on the show. There will be no segments. The full hour will be directed at Chief Warrant Officer Durant. it will be Labor Day, September 1st. And thank you very much for your time tonight, and have a great rest of your night. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.